Hello and welcome to English with Justino, videos designed for you to learn English vocabulary, expressions, culture, and maybe even some grammar along the way. This video is for those already speaking English at an intermediate or advanced level. The idea here is to listen, read, and learn from a native English speaker in a natural way, the way you first learned your native language, by hearing it. Okay, forward we go. Enjoy! Alice's Wonderland Adventures, Chapter 6, Lesson 2. Alice walked into the small house outside the wood and was inside with the Duchess nursing a baby and a cook cooking in the kitchen. There was also a smiling cat, and Alice asked the Duchess why her cat was grinning. The Duchess answered that it was a Cheshire cat and that they could grin. Alice did not know this and said so, and the Duchess answered that she didn't think Alice knew very much. Alice did not like the tone of this comment, and thought it would be good to talk about something else. Suddenly, the cook started throwing things at the Duchess and the baby. She threw everything within her reach at them: utensils, saucepans, plates, and dishes. The Duchess ignored the cook throwing things, even when they hit her. The baby was crying and howling so loudly it was impossible to say if the things hitting the baby hurt it or not, but it seemed so. Did Alice like what the Duchess said to her? No, Alice did not like that the Duchess said she did not think she knew very much. What did the cook start doing? The cook started throwing things at the Duchess and her baby. What kind of things was the cook throwing? The cook was throwing utensils, saucepans, plates, and dishes at the Duchess and her baby. Was the Duchess scared and avoiding all these things being thrown at her? No, the Duchess was sitting there nursing the baby and ignoring the cook. "Oh, please stop what you're doing," cried Alice, jumping up and down in terror. "If everybody minded their own business," the Duchess said in a growl, "the world would be a much better place." Was Alice afraid about what was going on? Yes, Alice wanted the cook to stop throwing things at the Duchess, who was nursing her baby. Did the Duchess agree with Alice getting involved? No. The Duchess growled and said the world would be a better place if people minded their own business. "This world is a strange place," said Alice, who felt very glad to share what she was thinking. The Duchess looked at Alice and yelled, "Chop off her head!" Alice glanced back at the cook to see if she meant to follow the order, but the cook was busily stirring the soup and seemed not to be listening. Did the Duchess want the cook to chop off Alice's head? Yes, the Duchess yelled at the cook to chop off Alice's head. Was the cook paying attention to the order? No, the cook was not paying attention. The cook was stirring the soup and not listening. "Oh, don't bother me," said the Duchess. And with that, she began nursing the baby again, singing a sort of lullaby to it as she did so, and giving the baby a violent shake at the end of every line of the song. What was the Duchess doing to the baby while she was nursing? The Duchess was singing a lullaby and shaking the baby violently at the end of each line of the song. While the Duchess sang the second verse of the song, she kept tossing the baby violently up and down, and the poor little thing cried and howled. Then the Duchess threw the baby to Alice. "Here, you can nurse it a bit, if you like," the Duchess said to Alice, throwing the baby to her as she spoke. "I must go and get ready to play croquet with the Queen." And she hurried out of the room. The cook threw a frying pan at her as she went out, but it just missed. What was the Duchess doing to the baby? The Duchess was tossing the baby up and down while the baby cried and howled. Did the Duchess then throw the baby to Alice? Yes. The Duchess threw the baby to Alice and said Alice could nurse the baby. Did the Duchess need to go somewhere? Yes, the Duchess had to get ready to play croquet with the Queen. As she was leaving, what did the cook throw at her? The cook threw a frying pan at the Duchess as she was leaving, and it barely missed her. Alice barely caught the baby and almost dropped it, as it was a strangely shaped little creature, and held out its arms and legs in all directions, just like a starfish, thought Alice. The poor little thing was snorting like a pig when she caught it, and kept squirming around so much it was all she could do to hold it. Did Alice catch the baby when the Duchess threw the baby to her? Yes, but she barely caught the baby and almost dropped it. Was the baby normal? No, the baby was not normal. It was strangely shaped, and it held out its arms and legs in all directions, like a star. What was the baby doing in Alice's arms? The baby was snorting like a pig and squirming around so much Alice could barely hold on to it. Alice did not try to nurse the baby as the Duchess requested, but she figured out how to hold on to it without dropping it. She had to twist it up into a ball and keep a tight hold on its ear. She then carried it outside. If I don't take this child away with me, thought Alice, they're going to kill it, with all of these things being thrown at it. It might be murder to leave it behind. She said these last words out loud, and the little pig grunted in reply. Don't grunt, said Alice. Did Alice nurse the baby? No, Alice did not try to nurse the baby. Alice was simply trying to figure out how to hold on to the baby without dropping it. Did Alice figure out how to hold on to the baby? Yes, she had to twist the baby in a tight ball and keep a tight hold on its ear. What was Alice worried about? Alice was worried they would kill the baby by throwing things at it from the kitchen. The baby grunted again, and Alice looked very nervously into its face to see what was the matter with it. It had a turned-up nose, much more like a pig snout than a real nose. Its eyes were changing, and they were getting extremely small for a baby. Alice did not like the look of the thing at all, and looked into its eyes again to see if it was crying or had any tears. Was the baby grunting? Yes, the baby grunted again, and Alice looked close at it, and it had a turned-up nose like a pig snout. What were the baby's eyes doing? They were changing into tiny little eyes of a pig, and not like a human baby. Did Alice like the look of the baby? No, Alice did not like the look of this baby. It looked like it was changing into a pig in Alice's arms. No, there were no tears. If you're going to turn into a pig, said Alice seriously, I'll have nothing more to do with you. The poor thing grunted again, and then was silent. Did the baby have tears in its eyes? No, it did not have tears, and Alice thought this baby was turning into a pig. Did Alice want to take care of a pig? No, Alice did not want anything to do with a pig. Alice was thinking to herself, what am I going to do with this creature now? Then it grunted and squealed loudly, and she looked down into its face in alarm. There was no mistake about it. It was a pig, and Alice felt silly holding a pig in her arms like it was a baby. Was Alice thinking about what to do with the creature she was holding now that it was obviously not a baby? Yes. Alice felt silly standing there holding a pig. Was the pig quiet or loud? The pig was loud and grunted and squealed. Alice set the creature down on the ground and felt relieved to see it trot away quietly into the woods. When it grows up, she said to herself, it will be a dreadfully ugly person. But it makes a rather handsome pig, I think. What did Alice do with the pig? Alice set the pig down on the ground. Did the pig run back into the house? No, the pig trotted away quietly into the woods. And Alice began thinking about where the pig that was a baby was going, and was startled to see the Cheshire Cat from inside the house sitting on a tree branch nearby and looking down at her, smiling. Was Alice thinking about where the pig was going? Yes, as the pig trotted away, Alice was thinking about where it was going. Was Alice then startled to see something? Yes, Alice was startled to see the Cheshire Cat sitting on a tree branch, smiling and looking down at her. And now, the story summary. Alice was in the house with the cook, cooking in the kitchen and throwing kitchenware at the Duchess and her baby. The Duchess was nursing the baby and then shaking and throwing the baby in the air while singing. The Duchess then threw the baby to Alice to nurse, and she could barely hold on to it because it was squirming, squealing, and grunting. Alice took the baby outside for the fear the cook might kill it with a dinner plate, and the baby turned into a pig. Alice put the pig down, and it walked off into the woods. Alice was thinking to herself when she noticed the Cheshire Cat sitting on a tree branch, smiling down at her.